my shine, look at my drip, look at my jewels. Look at my shine, look at my drip, look at my jewels. Look at my bitch, look at my drip, look at my skirt.
Shay Pitts. Yeah. Cause I'm ice cold, 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 ice. Cause I'm ice cold, 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 ice. Cause I'm ice cold, 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 ice. Cause I'm ice cold, 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 ice. Better fashion, never measure, kill the haters, been a stretcher, plus a retro, record sender. I ain't like the greatest ever, try to spread another sweater. I ain't fresh, who is fresher, thrust the best, never weather, make me sick, use a stress, like a featherweight. My brain is thick and separate, I meditate, generate the positives, no error rate. My engine is accelerated, all my haters never ate. Weather fate, I generate, I race the bar and decorate. I do what I want, I am so fine, I got reason to flaunt. I'm like a honey with a side of sugar, my enemies is always but I taunt. Yeah, I do what you want, my shit is too tight, man, your shit is just not. Got wait for so long, I ain't finna get caught. Your attitude stony like ice on my watch. You're such a phony and nasty like pop. You ain't my homie, your friend request plots. Leave me alone, nasty like baloney. Now Oscar or Tony, so you wanna hot. Get on my face with that he said and she said. Cause when I go off, man, I see red. To move to the left, man, get out of my face. With the fox, I'm the turtle, so fresh for this race. I am on top, I will not stop. Ready to catch this fade. You gon' get mad. Cause I'm ice cold, 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 ice. Cause I'm ice cold, 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 ice. Pop, I ain't poppin', stop, I ain't stoppin', flop, you were flopping on the floor cause you were mopping up. So Batman, you so robbing just like sirens. I'm copping, tick tock, I am clocking, I go all out, I am all silent, the camouflage. I don't need no entourage, they apply, they'll not go in steady stamina. Like to meet them hammering ya, like to speed up scamming now. Got the star, top the bar, guess I whip the needed car. I'll wait around for bras, fakes or hoes. Just like I said, all these girls is so faux. My wrist got that ice, it is so snow. I am not nice, I don't move in slow-mo. Yeah, I took what they gave me, like I thought they saved me. Like trees, I am shady, like cheese, you are lazy. My instinct is maybe, I can't be your baby. Take me, don't blame me, always been the same me. My flows been so crazy, my vision they hazy. I know what I wanted, nobody go take me. I'm sunny, not rainy, no flame, but I'm blazing. My girl call me crazy, I'm hip-hop for slave.
What?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you guys. I'm glad you guys fuck with that track. I really am, because it's out of my comfort zone. It's not something that I usually do, like at all.
We like that though. Like,
Thank you.
yeah. What's cool, Dini?
Man, I feel good, brother. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, Titanic Drip, you know, the most latest podcast, you know what I'm saying? We're here with one and only Shay. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
You good. We made it.
You know what I'm saying? Oh.
We just found, no, we like, let me just first with just the music, you know, the volume and everything. But we're just, you know, stunned by like this beautiful lady here right now, singing with us, Shay. She got some crazy music. You gotta check her out, like on social media, on all her music, you know, streaming platforms and everything. So we gotta get into this, you know. Can we start like by, you know, like you telling us, you know, like your background and everything, you know?
Yeah, for sure. We'll start with that. So I'm originally from Nova Scotia, and I've lived here my whole life. And I actually started doing music when I was only 14. Yeah. That's when I figured out how much I love to write, and that's when I figured out that I was actually able to hold a note and sing. And I was like, what the hell, I need to do something with this. So I actually first started getting involved with Jody Upshaw, and she helped me out a lot by putting me on a lot of performances locally around the scene. And then from there I kept on building my brand and building my connections until I eventually was able to create my first EP, Glory, which I released at the age of 15, which I feel like is pretty young, and I feel really accomplished for doing that. But that was the last body of work I put out, and now I'm working on my next album.
Yeah, I felt with that EP, like the Glory EP. It's pretty nice. It's 6 songs, right?
Yeah, it is. 6 songs.
Yeah, pretty short, but pretty nice, you know.
Thank you so much.
So did you grow up like around music, like in your family? Is there like like any family member that inspired you, or like what inspired you to be like a musician, or like like being an artist?
Well, there weren't a lot of music influences within my family. I do have an aunt that makes her own music in Winnipeg, but I have to say that my inspiration for music definitely came from the resources around me and the music that I listened to at a young age throughout middle school. So definitely like the classics, Beyonce, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, Drake, like all those guys are definitely what hyped me up and made me really feel like what I was doing was obtainable.
That's what's up.
So obviously doing like music at a young age, it's not you need resources, you need support, you need music takes a lot, right? So do you have any management at that time? I'm talking about like at 14 at that time. Do you have any management around you, or you just do everything by yourself?
I did not do everything by myself. I don't know how far I would have made it if I did everything by myself. My stepdad, Dave, he definitely was the biggest contributor to my music career when it started up until this point. He lined up so many performances for me. He signed me up for many different conferences and was always networking for me and just thinking about me. And I am so grateful for him and so thankful that I had him in my life to help me with that.
And it's good too because it's your family, right? It's like someone around you can trust it. Like what is it like working with him? What's it like?
It was good because I feel like in my situation, being only 14, in Nova Scotia there's not tons of venues. There are venues, but most of them are like bars and situations where you have to be 19. And so in those situations, obviously he'd have to come with me and I'd be like the only little girl rapping with a bunch of grown-ass men, you know what I mean? And I'm just grateful that I had someone there that I felt like protected, you know what I mean? Not saying none of the guys would have done that bad, but you know what I mean? Like it's a different type of atmosphere and I was young, so that was definitely really nice having that security. And yeah, he just was a very big help. And like
That's what's up. At a young age, being with family, I feel like, like it's so, like having just like your family, accepting, your music career, that's a very good thing. And, you're privileged and everything, right? And being supported, by people you trust and everything, because in this music industry, you never really know, so. So Jody is like your friend. I did see her like around on stage, and everything. She's pretty good too. So like, what's your relationship with like Jody? Like, you talked about it, but can you speak about more about it?
So we actually, the way that our relationship started was through our fathers, because my dad always got his hair cut by her dad, who was her manager, and so that's how it started. And Marvin, who's her dad, and I want to say manager, is the person who consistently made sure that I was able to perform with her on stage. And so I'm grateful for him as well. And that's kind of how it started. And I don't remember which year it was, but there was one summer where she just kept on taking me on set after set after set, which was amazing because I was able to network so much and build up my list of people that I could count on and record with and stuff. And so that's how our relationship started, and it eventually bloomed into a friendship. And yeah, she's an amazing girl, very sweet, very talented, beautiful voice, and she helped me out a lot in the beginning of my career.
So should we expect anything, from you guys, like from you ladies, like in the future? Like,
from the two of us, I don't think so. We haven't really been talking about anything music-wise, but I'm actually getting into the studio. I don't know if you guys know who Jaden Austin is. I've done collaborations with him in the past, and I'm actually hopping in the studio with him this weekend, so you guys should expect some new heat from us soon.
That's nice. Okay, we're excited. We're excited.
Yeah.
I know I won't get disappointed because your tracks are pretty nice.
Thank you so much.
I always see like on TikTok and everything, freestyling and everything. Like, where do you get that from? Like, cause me, to say, truth be told, I'm an artist, but I'm not comfortable like that, freestyling, Like, and I do see you, like freestyling like crazy on social media, and I like that from you. Like, that, like, it's fire. Every time I see one video, like it's always fire. Like, like, at what age, did you, realize you could, you have that talent, to freestyle and everything?
To rap, definitely at 13 is when I realized that I'm good at rapping.
Yeah.
100%.
Like at that time, are you comfortable? Like, you can freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you feel like that type of a rapper at 13?
Yeah.
No. That's when I started writing. That's when I started rapping, and then eventually it turned into covers online. Because like on Instagram and stuff, because I remember I posted my first cover and it was a singing cover and it was to Thank You Next by Ariana Grande, so it probably would have been like 2018, 2019 I believe, and I did that and I got a lot of positive reactions, and so then I kept on doing them, and I don't know if you guys have stalked my Instagram or whatever, but I've done a couple. I did a rap to 7 Rings by Ariana Grande. I did some to Tatiana by Blueface. I sang a Halsey cover, and with every cover that I did, it brought more and more. It brought more and more people in, and that's kind of where things kind of, I guess, started to take off for me when it came to followers and people recognizing my talent within the city. So yeah, that's kind of how I started getting comfortable putting myself out there for sure.
I mean, it's good that you just said about getting good feedbacks from fans or people who hear music. But can you tell me like about the bad feedbacks or anything negative? Like, how do you deal with it?
Interesting story. So I grew up in Enfield, which is like past the airport, like in the country. And the high school that I went to was Lockview High School. I was one out of 3 or 4 black students, and it was primarily white. There was no diversity. And I remember in the first couple of years in high school, I had a YouTube channel, and people dug into me for that. Like, I was bullied to skin and bone, no joke. And then I realized, okay, this isn't even what I want to do anyways. I want to do music, so I started doing that, and I got more positive reactions, but there were also still those people that were not only racist, because I did hear a lot of things around the school that weren't very nice about my race, but also just rude. To be rude, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't like me, that's okay. I don't expect everyone to enjoy my content or like what I put out, because that's not going to be the case. You can't please everyone. But I don't think hate is necessary. So I grew up with a lot of that throughout high school, and I think that's why I have such thick skin now, and why I'm not afraid to put myself out there, because I went through it in high school of people just like picking and picking and picking at every single little part of me. So
like me, like, I always feel like whenever there's too much hate, it's because you're doing something nice, and you always have to see like a positive, like, it just fuels me, just to know like some people are doubting, on me. I always feel like, okay, I gotta prove them wrong.
It means you're doing something.
Exactly.
So like how do you deal like with something like that? Like we're in the age where like talking about like mental health and everything is very important. Like what can you advise like to somebody like a kid watching you like right now who's in high school, like what can you advise them, like how did you deal with it really, like
Well, there were 2 sides to it. There was like the social media aspect, and then there was like the in real life aspect. So for social media, what it came down to for me was the blog button was my best friend. You know what I mean? Like you should see how long my blog list is. I don't give a fuck. And it's not in the way where I see hate and I block you because I don't want other people to see the bad things. It's nothing like that. It's just like, if you are personally attacking me, why should I have to deal with that? You can go, you know what I mean? And as far as in real life, I have people bugging me all the time, calling me Princess Pitts and like, can I get your autograph? And like, I heard shit like that all the time, and I knew they didn't actually want my autograph. They were just clowning me, right? And for that, you just gotta ignore it. Like, you literally just gotta pretend you don't even hear it. You can't give your energy to the negative shit, because they just want your attention, whether it's good attention or bad attention. So I just straight up ignored it, kept on walking with my head high and minding my business.
Do you put some of that like into your music or something like that? Yeah.
You probably got to.
100%. Whenever I'm talking about haters or like I'm
Yeah.
going off and I'm rapping, it's
Yeah.
about those kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I like about music, because it helps you release the anger in a good way, in a positive way. You just it's just you just go in the booth, leaving it there, and you're good, like so. Man, I like that, I like people, I like just being, around, artists, because like I always like, feel like, like I can relate to them and everything, when I'm listening to their music.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can probably like ask you like which song would you say like is the best, in the Growly like the Growly like EP?
On the
Like,
Glory
yeah.
EP.
Yeah.
Oh jeez, that's a
What's
good
your
question.
favorite one?
I don't know, cause it's my music, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm like, these are all my favorite songs.
So would you like rate them?
Huh?
Would you like rate them like from?
Rate them.
Yeah.
My number one favorite is going to forever be Hop Out.
Mhm.
That was the single that I put out. Maje killed his verse. I love the beat. It's
Yeah.
done by Jordan Metro. So that's number one. And then I'll give you my top three. Number two is definitely Jokes on You, because it's more of a slow vibe, and it's the first sad song that I wrote about a real experience that I had in life. And then the third, I really like Anxious, because it's really upbeat and fun, and you can dance to it. And then I just love them all. Ice Cold too, because it gets the crowd hype. I love performing that one. And yeah, there's a lot of good ones on there. Yeah.
Because me, I always feel like it goes like this, like there is a song you personally, but when you're making people listen to your EP before like it goes out, or your album or your mixtape, there is like people have like a different like taste. Like when I make sometimes when I make them listen to my music, like I feel like, hey, this is the one. Some other guys may just come and say, hey, no, this is not the one. The one is that one, like, does that happen to you?
And it confuses the living shit out of me, because I'm like, well, which one do I put out first? So then it kind of comes down to, I remember, because out in BC right now, I'm working on my album with Arrow. He's my producer out there. He mixes all my stuff, masters it all. He's amazing. And I told him, I was like, which one should I release first? Like, I don't know which one I should release first. And he told me, he said, Shay, all your music, each individual song is a story, and it's up to you which story do you want to tell first. And that kind of put things in perspective for me, and then I was really able to like narrow it down and be like, okay, it doesn't matter what other people choose, it's about me. If I don't like what I'm putting out first, it's not going to be fun, and I'm not going to put effort into it, right? So
that's what's up. It's good that you just shared that with me, because I always like had a struggle with that. I'm like, okay, now these people are telling me this is the one. Like,
now you're confused.
Like now I'm confused, but now like me too. I'm working like on a project right now. It's dropping like this summer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like probably it's like 9 songs and everything. So.
Oh, an album or a mixtape?
An album.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like an album every year, but like. Yeah, like you actually like I'm trying to think about like a single to put out, like my G here listen to but we had like a very different view on it, so like I was just struggling, so I just wanted to ask you like that question, so that's a very good thing that you shared.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Shay, obviously for me, like one song that stood out for me out of all your songs is the Hop Up. I just think the video was epic, was dope.
Thank you so much.
Who shot the video?
G. He's part of Kin Crew, and he does a lot of stuff around the city. He has merch, he does music, he did my video, and yeah, I'm sure he does a lot of other things. He's very multi-talented, and he shot that video for me, and I think he did an amazing job as well. It was the first time I worked with a videographer by myself, and I wasn't just like featured on someone else's project, and he definitely made it a really easy experience for me.
Did you direct it yourself?
It was kind of like co-direction. I told him, okay, this is what I want, this is what I envisioned. He was like, okay, so this is what we can do, and let's work on it, right? And he edited it by himself as well. Yeah, so it was like a collaborative process.
Yeah, I think the video is dope. That's what I like about it. Like, is the video is just it's pure. The visual is crispy. You know what I'm saying? Everything. But you talked about music being your only child. You know the song you said about that. I mean, you take music serious, right?
Very seriously. Yeah.
So like, how do you go about like your music on a daily basis? Are you like full time in music? Do you have any other thing you do or?
Okay, so right now out in BC, I'm actually working with my dad in the film industry, and I'm working as a lamp operator. So I deal with a bunch of heavy lights, pick them up, put them down, set them up, light them up. You know what I mean? Move them around, and I plug in a lot of stuff on set. It's a pretty hectic job, 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, which gives me very late nights on weekdays and weekends to work on my music. When I'm not off, like I am right now because I'm out here visiting. So I try my best to write at least one song or one verse or one melody a day just to keep me in that creative process. And I try to get in the studio at least once a week, if not like once every 2 weeks, just so I'm constantly like putting in the work and creating something.
I like the grind.
Thank you.
Yeah, I respect that. At a young age, you know. Yeah, I wish I was like that, you know. 18, so you be down in BC, you know, you be on the, you know, like movie sets and everything. Yeah. Does that like, do you feel like you want to try that also, like, you know, be an actress and everything?
Down the road, for sure. And if an opportunity does come up for me to do it in the near future, I'll definitely take it. I think that's very interesting. It's very hard work though. Like I do see they have to do the same thing, same motion over and over again, a million takes. And have to look pretty the whole time doing it in most cases. Right? Yeah. So yeah, in the near future, but like I said, right now my main priority 100% is music. I've thought about it, but I just wouldn't have time if I want to put out a project.
Yeah, that's what's up though.
Yeah.
Yeah, sticking to plan A.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Oh man.
So do you have like a manager as for now?
I want to say yes and no.
Yeah.
My dad in BC, he is actually working on a music video for me right now, and he's working on putting things together for my next single, which is going to be called Cryin', and I'm hoping to have it out in May. I'm super excited for that to drop. So he kind of does guide me in a way, and also my stepmom, Rayma, she's very present when it comes to music. She's come to the studio with me a couple times. I play my music for her, and she gives me her feedback, and it's just kind of like a bouncing back and forth. And I don't really feel like I need a manager right now either, just because like everything's shut down. Like I can't book any shows right now. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that's something that I'll have kind of down the road.
But it's a good thing you said about like the period of time we're in right now. Like, you know,
right now it's creative time. It's grind time.
Yeah, it's grind time. So like, are you taking like doing like performances live? Like, are you doing any any live performances? Like
tomorrow, actually, at oh my goodness, what's it called? I think it's called the Derby.
Yeah. Oh, the Derby show.
The Derby. Yeah. Tomorrow, there's an amazing list of performers. You know, Maje, Lyris Day. Oh my gosh, they all left my brain right now. But I love all of them. I've heard of all of them, and I know they're gonna do great. And Maje's actually bringing me up for Hop Out tomorrow, which I'm super excited for. And because I'm underage, I'm waiting for my page to go through and get accepted, and I'm just crossing my fingers that I'm able to attend tomorrow. Yeah.
Whirlwinds, let you in. You're pretty nice. I'm telling you. Like, when I was listening to you, like earlier, like, I was like, I don't think you're gonna mind, but like, I'm comparing you like to Megan Thee Stallion.
You are not the first person to say that. You're actually not. People have told me that before. I don't know what it is about me. I think someone said it's my face or something. I don't know.
No. It's how you sound. Like,
really?
Like, of course you sound good. So
Thank you.
How do you take? You think it's a good thing or?
I think. Okay, well, there's two sides to it. I think it's a good thing because I am a fan of Megan. I have been listening to her for the past couple of years, and her come up has been amazing. But it's also kind of like the way we're like, I want to sound like me. You know what I mean? Like I want to sound like me,
at the end
myself
of
and
the
that,
day,
right?
yeah.
But it's a nice comparison. I can't be mad at it. It's Megan. She's popping, yeah.
Oh man, like I was like, yo, she sound like somebody like I know, like, and I kept listening to you, like, yo, I was like, you know, but you got a bright future though. Like I feel like at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna find your own lane. It's, you know,
that's what I'm working on right now is molding my sound in the studio and just like trying a bunch of different things. Because I don't know if you noticed, but on the EP there's like 5 different genres on it. You know what I mean? Like there's rap, there's R&B, and then there's like pop, and it's like what the hell is going on? So I'm trying to find my lane so I'm able to just like focus on it. Like HOV lane, this is my shit, go with it, you know? Because I feel like creating a brand for yourself is very important in this industry.
Does that put pressure on you, like, because you gotta, like, you don't want to sound like, at the end of the day, you know, you don't want to give people like regular stuff, you know, you want to give them like some new sound, like in the ears, like something they can like, you know, something at this, you know, at the end of the day they're gonna relate to. But like, does it put pressure on you, like, you know, like when you're in the studio, like to find like I know because I'm an artist, I can relate, but like how do you deal with that, like, you know, that pressure to find you like your own sound, like something that's gonna make you outstanding, you know, your own followers and stuff, you know? There's
pressure in a way, but then also at the same time, if you think back to when I made my last EP, Glory, I was only 15 years old. I'm 18 now, and even though that's only 3 years, that's like a really big difference, you know what I mean? Like I went from being a kid to being like a young woman. And so I feel like already just like the way I write has changed, my content has changed, I have a little bit more life experience, not much, I'm not like old yet, but like I have that to contribute as well, and so I'm finding it easier and easier to create my own brand and write my own story because of just experience and getting older and doing this for so long. So there is a little bit of pressure, but at the same time it gets easier and easier every day.
Can we say like your like album like mode right now, or like what's your next project?
Album 100%,
That's what's up. That's what's up. Like, okay, how is the process? Like, what's your creative process like?
So the first thing I do is I usually find a beat that I like. I've been rocking with a lot of YouTube beats lately because I feel like it's easier to really find exactly what you're looking for. Like working with other producers in the local scene is great, but they have their style, you have your style, and you can search it up on the internet and find exactly what you're looking for, right? So I've been rocking with YouTube beats a lot lately, and then I just feel out the vibe and I just tell a story. And every single, you'll notice when it drops, every single song on the album is a story and something real that I went through. Absolutely nothing just came from the top of my head. Like it's all experiences and it's all a long story of a situation that I went through. I just write my story, get in the studio, and lay it down. That's about it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. She's better, like in terms of production, I believe. Like, cause you've been around like production and everything.
You mean in like film and stuff?
Yeah, film and stuff.
I know how to set up a lighter too. I see how the process works. It's very in depth. Like the amount of work they put into a movie. I remember one night. It was the most stressful night of my life. I swear to God. The scene took like 5 hours to create. We're doing like this Christmas village scene, so there were like so many lights we had to set up. I was stressed out of my mind. It took like 5 hours of my night and so much cleanup. I watched the movie. Why was shit only like 45 seconds long? I was that stressed for that. But like it makes sense because everything has to be perfect, and that's something that I pulled away from film that I love so much, is like just creating every single little detail to be perfect for the bigger picture. Right.
Do you feel like you do it also like in your song now? Like do you implement it like in your songs?
I focus. Before I would just like sing and that would be the chorus and that would be it, and now I find I'm adding in a lot of harmonies, I'm adding in a lot of backing tracks, and I'm still working on the whole ad-libs thing. I'm not really that good at that, but I add a lot of harmonies and shit to my songs, and I will literally sit there for like an extra half hour to an hour just laying those down to add more depth, right? To make it sound like perfect.
How long does it take you to make a song? Like,
well, for my writing process can be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour or a couple days. Like, it really just depends. Hop out took 20 minutes. Like, I was just like, done. And then there's other things where I really have to think about it. But then when it comes down to recording, I can usually lay down a song in about minimum 3 hours. But there are some songs that have taken like 4 to 5 hours to create, just because of all the harmonies and the different key changes I want to implement and things like that.
So
like, what are some of the tracks that you really like took time, like?
Well, they're not on Glory. Glory, like I said, was a little bit rushed, and I mainly put it out because I wanted to be included in the I can't remember if it was the ANSMA. No, it was the East Coast Music Awards, because you needed to have something out to be able to perform and to get an award. So that's why I kind of pushed it out, because I was like, okay, I want to get on this shit. But one song that you can definitely look out for, which is actually coming out in a couple months, is Crying. Because that was like a YouTube beat or whatever, and I laid it down, and then I was like, this isn't working for me. And it was actually a really cool experience for me, because me and Arrow actually sat down in the studio together and we rebuilt the beat in a way where I liked it better and added more bass and more instrumentals and things like that. So that definitely I worked on the hardest, because like down to the production, we nailed it in.
So let me ask you a question, because like I know, like, really I went on your like Spotify, so okay, this is songs, all of them were good, you know, and I just felt like they were like I feel like you're so good, but like,
thank you.
There are few songs out there of you, you know, like do you have songs that like are stashed like somewhere that you know haven't thought of, you know?
Before I started creating this album, there's at least like 10 songs that I've recorded that I haven't released. Notebooks on notebooks on notebooks of things I've written that I didn't even record, because I write so much. And then now in the past year, I basically created my whole album. Like, I have 2 songs left to finish, the outro and the intro, and then interludes, 3, and then I'm done.
So how many songs should we expect, you know?
Throughout this summer, from now up until the end of the summer, I'm going to try my best to put out anywhere from 3 to 4 singles with videos.
Nice.
That's the plan. And then after that, I want to drop my album, which is, I'm looking at around 12 to 13 tracks right now for the album.
That's a very good number.
Thank you. I need even numbers.
Like it's not too long, and again it's not too short, so I feel like now, like, I was listening to Grab, like, why is it only 6 songs? I wanted to. When is Ice Cold your last song on that EP, right?
Yeah.
I was like, so excited for the next one. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, so I should just wait for the next songs, you know. So we just like, I feel like we can just spice it up, and me, I just wanna like. I've been listening to your song today, like Jokes on You. Like, was it like about a guy or something like that?
I actually don't like men. I'm a lesbian.
You're a lesbian? Oh, no way! No way.
I only ever fuck with girls.
Yeah?
And that song is about my first little heartbreak.
Yeah?
A woman. Yeah, I was 15 and she was like a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even anything super serious. But I took that shit to heart. You know what I mean? You know when you're young. I was like, and I wrote that depressing ass song. I wonder how she feels. She knew I wrote a song about her. That'd be kind of funny to tell her. Because we don't talk anymore now, obviously. But like at the time, I was like so heartbroken and gut-wrenched. And I look back and I'm laughing because I'm like, holy shit, that wasn't shit. Like what the fuck?
There's so many people be going through that same shit, you know. So that's why I was like, oh, okay, I really like. I can't listen to her telling me because it's just like being in relationships and stuff, right? So I could relate really, just hearing your perspective,
That's actually what the next album is about. Because in my
female perspective, like
no, just a shitty traumatic relationship. Because last year. I went through it, I can't lie to you, and I'm not going to blast names or blast the situation because that's not my place, and you're going to hear my side of the story on the album, right? But it wasn't a healthy situation, and it was definitely toxic on both ends. We both contributed to the toxicity, so like we were young, and so that album is kind of about starting off naive and like falling in love and whatever, and then it slowly, like with each song getting worse and worse and worse until you're fucking broken down. You know what I mean? And then the last like 3-4 songs are like bad bitch songs, you know what I mean? Like never mind, I know who I am, I got myself. So the album kind of tells a story of what I went through, and that's why I say every song is a story, because every time I sit down to write, I think of how I felt in each situation, which is why I feel like so many people will be able to relate, because unfortunately in 2021 it's really normal for people to go through toxic situations and traumatic relationships.
I would say like like me, like I was like looking like at the Quavo and Surreal situation, because like I used to feel like, you know, I like that's how I wanted to be, like just like in the music industry, like with my girl and everything. You know,
as a rapper?
So like, so they were just giving that image and just seeing everything that's coming out, like, oh.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it wasn't gonna work out. Like, yeah.
No, I was rapping for that, bro.
Yeah.
I just feel like regardless, like it sucks. Like going through a breakup is never easy. And I thought they were cute together too, but at the end of the day, I think people get so caught up in celebrity relationships that it's like, fuck man, focus on yourself, you know what I mean? And that's where so many people are like, oh, you guys were my relationship goals and stuff, and it's like, no one should be your relationship goals, because you don't know what the fuck people go through behind closed doors.
Yeah, because like, this is how I see it, like in 2000s, like right now in the age of social media, we have somebody who represent us in every category. Like, just like when you're going on social media, really you just want something, you know, like you can relate to, you know, at the end of the day, right? So, you know, this is how I see, like, I do, like, all this, you know, celeb couples and everything, me really, I like them because, like, they're so famous and I can just tap into it, like, real quick, you know? So I just, like, I tried really not to follow, you know, like this kind of celeb, you know, relationship and stuff. But at the end of the day, I just feel like it's the new age, you know. I just have to tap into it, you know.
So do you see yourself like dating like a female rapper?
Me?
Yeah.
Before I wanted somebody low-key, but at the end of the day, I just want somebody like in the industry who gonna, you know, understand, you know, like the work I'm into, right? Yeah. Like to feel like I'm so free at the end of the day, and I'm able to just focus on that music. Even if something, you know, fucked up comes up, you know, it's just life, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, you just have to know, like, what kind of work I'm doing, right? And you just won't get it confused, or you won't make me quit on my dream. So So did you have something, you know, relatable?
Well, I've been in a couple relationships, none of them like super serious throughout high school, and
wait, what's your status right now?
I
gotta tell.
I'm happy. That's my current status.
I mean, we'll take that. We'll take that.
I'm single, but I got a girlfriend.
What does that even mean?
That's what I mean, bro. Okay,
But what was I about to say? Yeah, I went through like my couple little relationships, and every single time the girls I was with, like most of the time they were smart, or they were going to university, or like they had their shit together in some way, shape, or form. But none of them were super artistic, and I found that super difficult. You know what I mean? To be with someone who doesn't. I feel like creatives, like our brains work differently. I don't know, man. Like I don't know what it is, but like it just. And even if they supported me in my music, I just didn't feel like it was really like there. Like I need like even if it's just like a photographer or like. I don't know, a graphic design, like just someone creative is what I need.
That's what you need right now? Oh, okay. you heard ladies? You did?
Not right now!
Ladies just a bad too. Right? Don't forget that, like, in the resumes, how many figures? For a female.
She said how many figures?
For a female, but you know, female and stuff, you know.
It's not about the figures, it's about their drive. How about that?
Drive, yeah. That's what's up. Fuck with that. I like the drive. At the end of the day, like I can be with a female, like, you know, like I just want the drive. I just want to see the drive in you. I just want to see that, like, you know, like when I'm feeling down, you know, or when you're feeling down, you know, who's gonna be driving the car now?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And it goes both ways. Like, how do I explain it? Like, it's really easy to talk big shit, but not be about big shit. You know what I mean? Like, I've been with someone like that. They talk about this shit. They're like, I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Nigga, you still living at your mom's house working a minimum wage job. What the fuck you talking about? We've been like this for 6 months. Like, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you have to be about it. You can't just talk about it. Yeah.
Do you feel like also like the social media right now is like putting like a lot of pressure on people, you know, to get that bag? Cause like the only people you're gonna be seeing, you know, popping on social media is people with the bag, right?
But bro, so on social media, it's so easy to cap, bro. It's like
it is a lot of cap.
But but you can't cap every day. That's the thing. Like you're not gonna, you know, follow somebody who cap once. You gotta follow somebody who, like, who make that shit consistent, right? Like if I'm about to check you out, either you're an entrepreneur or like you're an artist, I just gotta see your consistency. That's the thing. Like at this age, even like in music, you know, like you gotta just stay consistent. Like it doesn't matter, like, you know, like to me, like I just look at like Roddy Ricch and NBA Youngboy, and I see NBA Youngboy is consistent, but Roddy Ricch really puts out like all bangers, you know, like all the songs are bangers. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna make me choose, I'm gonna choose like NBA Youngboy because like he just does music.
The consistency?
Yeah, every time, you know. So like I just like that, but
I mean, I feel like yourself. I know one thing about yourself. Like you have a couple songs, like some fire shit, right?
Yeah.
Some like, but you like, I don't want to put this out yet, right?
Yeah. Perfect timing. That's
I mean, to me, my understanding is like it could be like promotion wise. You know, the song is not ready to be out at this time, right? Like for you, Shay, like is it the same for you?
Holding out on putting out music. That's what I've been doing the past fucking 3 years, man. Even like the single that I'm about to put out in May, like I have had that song done officially now for about 3 months, and I had the demo version recorded in like December. You know what I mean? I've had that for a while, but it's just like, okay, when am I gonna be ready to do the promo? When am I gonna be ready to shoot the video and have it out within a month of putting out the song? You know what I mean? Like you have to think of a lot of different things. And at the time, I wasn't ready to work on a video. I was working all the time, and I wasn't ready to do a bunch of promo. I still had to learn. So now I'm ready.
I respect that. I respect that because like. Not like so many people are doing this right now. They're all doing like microwave songs and everything, and just hearing like an artist like taking their time, still following like the always like the basic stuff. Like at the end of the day, that's, you know, what makes you like, you know, like an artist. You know, you're taking your time. You don't just want to be popular. You want to leave a legacy and stuff.
Right. And I agree with you where like consistency is good, but I want to be consistent with amazing content. I don't want to just be like, oh, here's a bunch of bullshit thrown at you guys so y'all can get some shit from me. You know what I mean? Because then it's just gonna be like, oh, she's just putting out a bunch of shit. Thanks for that. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do with that? Which is why I've taken. Even though I've been off for 3 years, I've been really working this past year, and I've taken this past year to like give it my all and make some of the best music I've ever made in my whole life. So now I'm ready for May all the way until the end of next year to literally just drop music and be consistent, because I took that time to really mold my sound and create good music from the heart, right?
That's what's up. I like
so you just gotta wait till it's a perfect timing, you know, to put your shit out.
That's what I think.
Can we ask like when are you dropping it?
Huh?
When are you dropping it?
Which one, the single or the album or the single?
A single or the album.
The single, I don't have an official date for it yet, but I'm aiming to put it through CD Baby, do all that. It takes usually about a month to get through very soon, so I can have it out by May, and then work on a music video that will come out either the same day or a couple weeks after it's released. And then I am hoping to lock in a collab this summer. I don't want to say her name yet because we haven't figured out the track entirely, but she's an amazing female rapper from BC, and I'm so excited to do a track with her. I have a couple ideas and I can't wait to send it to her, and I want to do that. And I've got 2 other singles just by myself I want to put out. And then the album will drop. And then also I've got some other features and stuff that I'm working on. And so a lot of Shay Pitts will be coming out in the next couple of months, like a lot. And I'm excited because I haven't dropped anything in so long, right? So it's going to be a lot. Yeah.
Like do you feel like, have any fans be hitting up on you asking what's going on with you? When they dropping that, like, what's up?
Well, when I call them,
what are they gonna tell them?
I have some supporters, that did listen to Glory and We Got Love and have seen like my other features and stuff and have just kind of been there with me throughout the whole entire ride, that aren't like pressuring me like we need new music, but it's just kind of like, we're excited for you to drop your shit, we're gonna listen, and that really motivates me to put stuff out because I know that I've got a pretty solid backbone of supporters from mostly Nova Scotia, and I'm very grateful to have that.
I can say that like you got a very good foundation, and I feel like Nova Scotia really, to me, like I feel like it's a pool of so many good artists. I've been in
so much talent.
Like so much talent, right? So that's really like pretty good. Like just being here, like traveling, like I've been traveling in around Canada and everything, but like just being here, like there's so much potential, like. I feel like the last time when when we like the remix project, like when they were like saying like this place, so I was like, when they were saying like this is like ATL and stuff, that's how I feel like.
Really?
Because before that, like I've been liking like with like different, like just seeing so many different good artists like around the city, I just feel like they just need like that one person just to hit, and everybody gonna start tapping into Nova Scotia, right?
In ATL, one thing I know, right, about ATL, like all these rappers, bro, they work together.
They work together.
That's what we're missing here. We're missing
you know what I'm saying?
And they drip. I feel like
drip is
real, like I feel like they're good. If you're putting out like good videos, like you're making all these audios, like you gotta have like your good videos, like, cause that's what it's gonna attract somebody who doesn't know your language.
Yeah,
that's the thing, So I feel like they just have to tap into the music video and just hire like quality content, come through their videos.
Shout out to quality content, man.
Yes, sir.
Man behind the camera, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, talking about like working together, is there any like features you want to do in the future, like going in the future?
In Nova Scotia,
or even in BC, it could be anywhere. Do you have like any feature you like, I want to work with this person, I want to work with them type?
I've got a couple in the works right now, but I don't really want to spoil it just in case it doesn't go all the way through, you know what I mean? And but out here, I'm really excited to do this track with Jaden Austin this weekend. I consider him like a brother to me because we're the same age and we've been doing this shit since we were like 14, 15 together, like rapping at shitty shows where there were like no people there and just giving it our all like every weekend pretty much. So I'm excited to throw shit down with him again this weekend. That'll be nice. And I really want to do another track with Majay. Majay kills
he good.
I love Majay.
Yeah, he good. He's a good
yeah, for
good
sure.
artist. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, okay, I want you to compare. Like, you live now in BC, and we in Nova Scotia right now. Who got, like, I know there's so much talent in BC, but like in terms of like, music, like, who got the most talent? Like, we just want to hear. So like, even if there's somebody, in both, provinces, they just know like, yo, I gotta get my shit together. But who got more?
The person made me feel like I gotta get my shit together.
No.
Well, no.
Between BC and Nova Scotia.
Oh, which one is there more? it's definitely way more influential in BC.
Where?
In BC.
In
I feel
BC?
like people take it more seriously.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. I'm not involved in the shows right now because there's COVID, but I go through people's Instagram profiles. There's lots of shows that go on and people give it their all, you know, like, and they've got the city support and a lot of support from people in Calgary as well. I feel like it kind of like branches over to that province as well. And I think that's what Nova Scotia is missing that BC has is unity. Because you know what, like in BC, like I said, I'm not super involved yet because I haven't gotten to network or do many shows and stuff. But like I hear my producer talk about someone, and it just kind of sounds like a community. Like everyone knows everyone, everyone helps everyone out. You know, everyone's featuring on each other's tracks and making beats for each other and making videos for each other, and it's just so collaborative. And I think that's where they've got it right. That's where they've got it right.
So like on a personal level, right? I just want to know like. Your transition, you like move, like being from Nova Scotia and moving to BC, right? What's the transition like? Like elaborate, like for you on a personal level, like was there any challenges? Did you already know like a bunch of people over there you can work with? You know what I'm saying?
You mean musically?
Like? Musically,
Okay. Well, when I moved out there, it was right after I graduated, and it was in the middle of the pandemic that we're still in. So those were two challenges, but the good thing was I was moving from one parent's home to another parent's home, right? So it wasn't like I was moving out across the country by myself. So I was with my dad, and I was guaranteed a job out there. But what was really difficult for me was for the first, I want to say like 3 months that I was there, from July to September, I was just working. I had a bunch of work trips in Kelowna, Victoria, where else did we go? Whistler. Like we were everywhere, and I was staying in hotels for 3 weeks at a time with no sleep, working. It was crazy. And I was still trying to do my music thing, but I hadn't found a producer yet. And I hadn't been in the studio in so long, and it was killing me because that's like my creative outlet. And then finally, I actually didn't even reach out to him. Errol reached out to me, and he was like, "Oh, hey, like I know your uncle and I know your stepmother, and I want to collaborate, or if you ever need someone to record you." And I was like, "Yes, let's do it." And I'm so glad I did, because I have to say, and this is no dig on any other producers I've worked with, it's just a different type of relationship. He is one of the best producers I've ever worked with. He gets my sound, he understands how to lay shit down, and he understands what I'm looking for and the vibe as soon as I start singing. And he's not afraid to give me like feedback and tell me, okay, I think this could be changed, or I think this could improve. So he's a blessing, 100%. I don't think my album would sound or be the way it is without him.
Do you feel like you found your producer right now? Like, at this point, like those,
I could work with, like, I don't want to close myself in a box because I haven't worked with other producers in BC, but like my experience with him was so positive to the point where like I'm almost like, no, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Because it's just, he gets me. He gets what I'm looking for.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking you that question is because like when we feel like, when we look at the best artists right now, like in terms of like Drake and E40, like relationship.
Right. Yeah, that's
like,
a great
do you feel like you found your E40 like producer?
Well, only time will tell. Only time will tell. For right now, yes, and I'm really enjoying working with him right now. But I'm only in the start of my career. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't predict anything. Who knows how many other relationships I'll find in other places in the world once I start, you know, like touring or working in other spaces, and so we'll see. But I think he's definitely going to be someone that I stay in contact with for the rest of my career, is what I believe, just because of how much he's helped me out in this current stage.
I mean, so obviously you embrace his work, and like you talked about him like telling you, you know, hey Shay, look, you can do this better and this and this and that, right?
Yes.
Is there anyone else that gives you that like real critic, you know, the genuine one, you know what I'm saying? Or you just do your own thing?
I do play my music for other people, but I feel like other people know how much I call my music my babies. Because it is my baby, like dead ass. And people know that, so I feel like my friends and family and stuff are afraid to kind of give me that feedback. So I really have to say, honestly, the only person I get like really solid, good feedback from is him, because he's there honest for every single track, you know, and so he knows what I'm capable of and what I can bring to the table. No one else has been there for every single studio session, seeing how I lay shit down, seeing how I write, seeing how like my creative process is. So like he definitely knows me the best when it comes to that.
He challenges you, like that's how.
And that's what I've always needed, like. Because I feel like because I was so young, the past producers I worked with, they were amazing and they did like a good job. But I feel like this is just how I feel. I don't know for sure what their thought process was, but I feel like they thought that because I was young, they didn't want to give me that
opportunity or like honest
opinion because of how I could improve, because they were scared it was gonna like get down on my spirit or I couldn't handle it because I was young. And honestly, I feel like if I would have went to Arrow when I was 14, he would have still been the same person and given me that honest feedback. Deadass. So, and that's what I need. I need honesty.
That's what any artist needs right now. Like, you know, going through, you know, so many levels, because you can't be comfortable, you know, on one level. So just finding somebody who's gonna be honest, you know, be like, yo, you know, I like what you did here, but did you think about this? Those are the kind of people, you know, you really need in your life, you know, and the person you're gonna grow with. I feel like the most important, you know, person like in this music thing is like the producer. Like they gotta know you, you know, they gotta understand, you know, like after you record yourself, you know, you chop it up, you know, chop your music up, you send it to them, you know, they always come back with the, you know, honest feedback. So that's what you need right now. And like, so like you 18 right now, right? And you like, what's the plan for the next, you know, I heard like you got a project, what did you know, like what about in 3 years, like how do you see, like what are you gonna present to us, like, you know, what's gonna be popping, you know, have you thought about that?
Yes and no. Yes, in the way where like I think it's a good idea to kind of have a general plan and idea of what the direction you're going in, but no, in the way where I feel like taking the tiny little steps and focusing on, okay, the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next 10 days even is very important. Because if you get all caught up in the big picture, then it just looks so big, and how the fuck are you going to attack that or obtain that or do that? So my idea is to still be doing music, maybe have a couple brand endorsements under my belt, and I want to be a little bit more widely known across Canada, or maybe even North America at that point. And I'm hoping that these next couple of singles are going to be what helps to pop off my career, because I think they're very good singles, and I think that they tell a message that a lot of women and even men will be able to relate to.
Well, you're already from her.
Exactly. And then the album even, like, I just feel like it tells a very clear story that's easy to get through, and it's an experience that a lot of people have gone through. And I just feel like this next era is going to be it for me.
Can you give us like a teaser, like, I don't know, probably like a cappella or something?
Freestyle.
Like, I don't even know. But I'm just asking her, so you know.
I can do a little rap for y'all. I'll do a couple bars.
Kill. You don't hear that?
I'm the shiner, prima donna, I'm the one. I was messing with your kinda just for fun. Gotta run, gotta take a break as commas, baby. I'm a boss bitch, ain't a lady. Can nobody shame me to anyone. I'm the son. I found a better candidate. Don't talk Barack Harrison. I'm talking goals in class, cause with you there's no comparison. All my exes panicking, they stuck to me like laminate. I know I will find better with the good vibes I've channeled in. Clear vision. I paired that shit up with my intuition. That's how I can tell you we're still fucking other bitches. Don't you know how many people got SHAY PITTS up on their wish list? That's it. That's one of my verses.
That's one of your verses. That's what's up. You know, you're showing them on them exes and stuff. But I'm like, you know, let's talk about ex, man. Like, X. How many X do you have right now?
Not all of them are serious relationships, but I could round it up to around like 3.
3?
Yeah.
Serious ones like
there was one very serious one. Another one I was attached to, but didn't last very long, and the third one, first relationship, I was 16. I don't even know if that even count. Yeah.
What was your longest?
The last one.
The last
lasted 9 months. Yeah.
Did you see life with them being settled and everything?
It was almost like, I feel like my life is like a puzzle, and I'm looking for that missing piece. That sounds cheesy, but like with her, I feel like she was the wrong piece, and I was just trying to jam her into this picture that she didn't belong in. You know what I mean? And there's no disrespect to her. We just wanted different lifestyles and different things, and like obviously, I want a life that's full of fame, fortune, money, music. And not many people can handle that. And
I feel it.
Yeah, so definitely wrong person, wrong time, wrong situation. Yeah.
Nice. So, like, what's your type? Like, what's your type into girls and everything?
I don't know. Just creatives. Creatives. I don't pin things on faces. That's the thing about me. I don't know if I should say this or not, but all my best friends say all my exes are ugly. Which sounds really bad. And I don't think they're ugly, so obviously I was with them for so long, but because I focus solely on personality. Like that's my thing. I'm going to look at your personality first and assess you that way, and if you can improve yourself that way, I won't even look at your look. Like that's like a second thing to me. If you're nice looking, that's cool, but like it's all about what's inside for me.
It's just
But then there's some people that are so good at fronting what's inside, and then you really get to know them, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit?
I know.
Do you feel like sometimes, like if like your partner is cheating on you, does it give you like a ticket to cheat on them? Have you ever cheated on somebody?
Yeah. Yeah, it was my very first relationship. I was young, I was around 16, and I'm not trying to justify anything, but I did try to break up with her before, and I kind of felt guilted back into it, and so then I acted out to make it end, and then it ended. But I've had it done to me, and I've done it to someone else, so I know how it feels to be on either end, so I would never do it again. You know what I mean? And then when it comes down to cheating, cheating isn't lying, in my opinion, until you keep it from the person. If that makes any sense. Like if you cheat on me, then you come to me and you're honest with me and you're like, this is what I did, this is what happened, I'm sorry, how can we move forward? Then I am completely open to, because you were honest with me, to look into the options. You made a mistake, you came to me, you were honest, and we're gonna figure it out. You know, because that's like a really good character to have, a good quality. But if like you keep it from me, not only is you a cheating ass motherfucker, you a lying ass motherfucker. And you can't trust no liar.
How do you even tell somebody like me really? Okay, I'm gonna be honest a little bit, you know, but I did cheat, you know.
Oh, okay.
You know, like sometimes, but I want to know how is the best way to tell somebody, you know, like you cheated on them, like, cause like I feel like at the end of the day, you gotta be honest in a relationship, right?
Honesty is key.
Like,
Honesty is
But
it's a foul though, bro. Like, so what do you what if this well this person is not gonna take it like in a good way or anything?
Well, then it's your fault for messing up. You know what I mean? You gotta deal with the consequences of your actions.
But I want to know how to approach it though. Like,
is this like a real life situation you're going through? Like, is this a counseling session?
No, not right now. I just want to put it out for all my brothers out there so that they can know how to handle themselves in this situation. You know,
Yo, I have a question for you. So what's considered as cheating?
Oh shit!
I could be.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell this funny story, right? Like, a few years back, there was a girl, you know, like,
Are you sure you want to talk about this?
No. some girls really.
Drank a little
Yeah,
too
some
much. You know the
girls.
secrets.
Some girls really like. No. It wasn't even like chilling, like because I didn't have interaction with the other person, right? But I want to know this because I don't know really because like there was this girl like I wanted to take on a date and everything, and we did something. At the end of the day, like I felt like just like a connection from her. I won't go deep into that, but like she posted one of her girl, and I did end up adding her. And the girl just blocked me and everything. Like,
So is that cheating?
Because like.
But you never took the girl out on a date, so you could do whatever
I
the
didn't
fuck you
think
want.
that was like crazy, like.
Yeah.
You added her, and then her friend came on to you. She should be mad at her friend. The fuck?
No. Me. No, she posted a girl, and they did end up adding her.
Yeah, you added her, but who messaged who first after you added her?
No, I didn't. We didn't even message each other. I did
Then why
add
was she
her.
angry?
No, I did add her, and then the other girl ended up knowing the situation that I did add
She
her.
can't be angry because are you guys officially dating? Is she your girlfriend?
And she was like, oh, send me some, some of your like your friends and everything. And then
But are
your
you
friend
two
that you are
officially
mad.
dating? Like, is this
No.
your girl? Then you could do whatever the fuck you want until you guys are
That's tough.
dating. That's
I'm
my
like,
thing.
that's crazy, right?
That's tough.
That's
Like,
my thing. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a difference between casual dating and like
Yeah.
relationship solid
Like,
dating, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like you can
Level, yeah.
casually date as many people as you want because
Yeah.
you're trying to figure out what you want.
what you want at the end, yeah.
Sex, I don't really think sex should be involved personally until
Yeah.
you find that person that you're selling that, or I don't know, emotions.
I
run
feel
high.
like you gotta
But-
be involved. Like,
Yeah.
But if you're casually dating 5 people, you shouldn't be fucking up every single one of them. I feel like that's too far. That's how you spread shit.
yeah.
But I feel like it's possible to casually date multiple people at once, and I feel like that's something that our society is fucked up about. Because I feel like the way our generation is now, it's just
Yeah.
like, I like you, we're gonna start dating, and you don't even know the person.
Mm.
And the thing about relationships is you have to build a solid friendship first,
Yeah.
and everyone's basing shit off the physical. And then you
Yeah.
get all caught up in the physical. You don't know the person's brain, and then 3 months later, you realize you don't even like the motherfucker. You just like their
even
dick
like them, right?
or their
True.
titties.
Yeah,
And it's
true.
like, what are you supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
That's a stripper right there. That's
Yeah.
not a relationship.
Yeah. That's what's up, cause like most of these people are not putting themselves out there, to be dating. Like if you're single, you're allowed to date like really anybody.
That's
But,
what I think.
yeah. At the end of the day, you shouldn't just end up in the bed and everything. But like you should just try different like people and know like what you're into. You don't want somebody at the end of the day that's gonna cause you drama. Like
Yeah.
yeah. So that's just how
Yeah.
we feeling right now, all of us. So I'm like, like in this music industry, really, like, do you feel like having like a title, or like, do you feel like you're just gonna be like just out there, like being single? Because it can be like very, very, very like so much pressure on you. Especially like I'm pretty sure like people hitting on you. And
Oh, the
everything,
DMs
like,
are going crazy.
the
I
DMs
bet,
be
I
going
bet.
crazy. Like, how do you handle that? Like, do you feel like you need somebody right now to be like, in a relationship, but like, oh, I just want to be single and everything.
Well, I do have my person right now. I don't,
Yeah.
like, it's not super deep into the situation, which is why I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm happy, because I want to like be putting on blast and
Yeah.
stuff. We just started dating.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm dealing with right now. But when it comes to, let's
Yeah.
say she wasn't in the picture, and or even a couple weeks ago, like a month ago, she wasn't in the picture. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like she wasn't, and I had people messaging me and stuff, and just like, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck else am I supposed to say? You know? And
Yeah.
I did go out on some dates with some people in BC, and like played around a little bit, and I just.
What's your perfect date for you? Like, like what do you like? Like, are you that person like who just wanna go to parks, restaurants, eat?
I don't care as long as it's a good time. Like you could
Yeah.
just take me for a walk on the beach and I'd be happy.
Yeah.
As long as you're nice and
Vibing.
funny and we get along,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not about, you don't gotta take me out to like the fanciest restaurant or the
Yeah.
nicest place. Like just spend time with me. Let's vibe on a friendship level first, like I said.
It's about creating memories and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Facts.
That's what's up. So like how many like me really I did like tap into like I like how you know like your songs like broadly like I did like the songs on them, but like I did really like your relationship songs. Because I feel like there are a couple of them there, but I did really more like
relate type,
you know. Like you got some, you know, relationship like songs, you know, on this album. Is it an album again? Like let me just be
Yes, it is an album.
How many?
Album
12
is
songs,
12
13
songs. I'm hoping to have it out October, November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how many relationship like the couples, what should they be expecting from you? You know, like do you got some real stories or like some advice, you know, in those songs and stuff?
From the songs, like I said, it's a story that I'm telling.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, it's love songs. It's happy, you're in love. It's upbeat.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes into, you know, something's a little off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I have songs. I've got a song called Badum Dum. And it goes ba dum dum. Like it's a cute little song that people will bop to or whatever.
Badum Dum.
Badum Dum. It's the way the chorus goes. When you hear it, you'll understand. It's just like vibing to the beat or whatever. But it has a super upbeat vibe, but it's just talking about how I'm at this party right now and you're blowing the fuck out of my phone. Thinking, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm even talking about like you just called my phone 40 times in the span of 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like toxic shit, and that's like the first song where it's like, okay, something is off here, and then it goes into Putting Up a Fight, which is kind of like more of like an R&B type vibe, and it's just talking about how this person loves me even though we're fighting, and we fight a lot, but we fix it through sexual relations. You know what I mean? And that's not how you can fix shit, but it's talking about like the toxic aspect of things. That kind of goes into like a sadder side where like fucking cheated on me. You know what I mean? And it gets more emotional, and I definitely have some sad joints on there. And then it gets angry. You know what I mean? Like it's like a story, right? It gets angry and it's like, fuck you. I'm not sad over you anymore, fuck you. And then it goes into like bad bitch songs. You know, I have a song on there that goes, I'm that bitch, ooh baby, I'm that bitch. Like straight up bad bitch songs that will just like make you feel good about yourself. And it kind of just takes you through the whole entire grieving process of the relationship from start to finish. Yeah.
But do you feel like you can be like selfish like in a relationship? Like who's the selfish person in the relationship? Because personally, me, I'm gonna tell you first, right, so that we can relate. But I feel like at the end of the day, like I feel like I'm very selfish in a relationship.
In what way though? Like I don't understand.
I don't wanna go deep into that, so like you know,
at least elaborate. What do you want selfish?
You brought it up, man.
I'm like, nah, I don't think. Okay, this is shit, you know, this shit thing. But like, I just wanna ask, like, personally, me, I'm gonna tell you, like, in a relationship, I'm gonna be selfish. I already know I'm that guy who's selfish.
Like with the person you're with, like you get jealous easily of other people.
Sometimes I can get jealous really if I care about you. Like if I don't care about you, I won't be jealous. Like I don't get jealous at all. I just move on. But if I care about you, I feel jealous, and sometimes I may be, you know, fucking around and everything. You know, like I may be doing some bad things. So at the end of the day, like I feel like I've been selfish in a specific situation, right? But I don't want to admit it. Yeah, but like in your situation, like do you feel like I want to know, like do you feel like sometimes you're selfish, like in your relationships and stuff?
I am definitely, when it comes to everything in my life, I'm a perfectionist. And I'm very hard on myself to be the best version of myself that I can be, and I carry that out into other people in my relationships with friends, family, girlfriends, whatever it is. I carry that out a lot in my relationships. And so not just in like my romantic relationships, but also with my family and everyone in general, I have a really bad habit of putting like my views of perfection onto these people. You know, and being like, oh well, why aren't you doing this, or why aren't you doing that, or I don't really know how to explain it in a perfect way, but I just put what I want from myself onto other people. Expectations, yeah. And I feel like I can be selfish in that way, where it's not like in a way where I want you to be perfect for me. I just have the mentality of like, I want everyone to be the best version of themselves, but I don't do it in the best way always. So that's where I kind of mess up a lot in relationships. And another thing is too, in romantic relationships, one thing I've learned is you can't fix someone. You can't change someone unless they want to fix and change themselves, right? So the number one thing that I always used to try to do with my perfectionist thing is fix and change people. And now I've learned, if you don't like what they're doing, you just gotta leave.
And I always feel like that's true. And I always feel like love is the people you're gonna, you know, let do those, you know, type of stupid shit, right? Like, you know, at the end of the day, you're gonna just stick with the people you can really relate with what they're doing, right? So that's when, you know, it comes to love. Have you ever related, you know, somebody doing like some dummy shit, like in a relationship and stuff, like?
I've had a lot of dummy shit done to me, man. Like a lot of dummy shit. I've been in a lot of situations where motherfuckers was playing me right in front of my eyes, and I felt it in my gut deep down. I swear to God, there's such thing as women's intuition, when you just know, you know. And there are so many times where
put up with it.
and there's so many times I just knew, and then they would just lie to my face. No, you're not right. It's not true. You're not right.
I hate that too.
And then we break up, and I find out.
And because you love like, that's what makes me feel like I love you. Like, if you're doing something stupid and usually I don't relate it, that's when I know, like, oh, I'm attracted to you, and I don't really care about what you do.
But that's the thing. No, I don't care about someone being stupid. I care about someone being honest. You can be stupid as fuck. You can be stupid as fuck. But you just gotta be honest with me about your stupidity, so we can grow and move past it. Oh no, I mean just like, I don't know. Like, for example, one of my exes drove my car without a license. She told me she had her license. She didn't. She drove my fucking car because I let her. And then I found out from her mother the next day, she ain't got no license. I said, what? I said, what? Why did she want to crash that bitch? That shit would have been fucked up.
She
no, I said, what if? You know what I mean? I was so angry with her. Because and it's like, that's like one example, like just stupid shit. It's like, if you would have just been honest with me, I probably would have let you drive my fucking car without me. You know what I mean? But, just because you're honest.
That's what's up. But I want you now to say, like, I want you like to tease your fans, like give them the pop moment, you know. What should the fans expect from you? The fans, like, what you got from them, like this year, like what you want to put out right now for your music, like when is it dropping? You know,
May, you guys can expect crying. You can expect some bad bitch shit that you can turn up to and feel independent and feel good about yourself too. That's 100% what my music is portraying for the next couple of months. And I'm super hyped to drop it for you guys.
Well, you guys heard it here first from myself, Shay. You know, thanks for coming through.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys. This was a good time.
You want to tell them your IG just for
social media?
My Instagram is @shay.pitts. And you can find all my links to my music on there. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Pandora, Tidal, all that shit. Shay Pitts. And check me out.
Yes, sir. Hey.
That's our song dropping right now. Let's get it.